We're back, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Route 89. Hope everyone's doing well. I have with me in the studio Dr. Sohail Hussain Naqvi. Sir, thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
We're going to be talking about a new initiative that you're putting together. Can you first just tell us a little about yourself, and then we'll talk about the initiative?
Well, I'm an academic, professor of electrical engineering by training, but went into university administration quite a while ago. Most recently was the founding rector of the University of Central Asia. It is in Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Kazakhstan.
Oh, wow.
And prior to that was the Vice Chancellor of LUMS. So academia is where I've spent all my life.
Oh, very cool. And now you've started this new initiative. It's called Knowledge Stream. Tell us a little about this.
In a nutshell, it's about taking our young people, university graduates with a tech background, into the global IT market. There's a fantastic world that has opened up with the flattening due to the digital revolution that has taken place. And we would like to get our IT graduates, EEs, engineers, mathematicians, statisticians to become a part of this international IT revolution.
So how does this work exactly? So we have an IT graduate here in Pakistan. Now, are you providing them with advanced skills, or are you just kind of nurturing them into how to kind of step into the global market? How does this work?
All of the above.
All of the above?
Yes, we have a boot camp here, 12 weeks long, and 1/3 of the time is actually on the nurturing, soft skill development, essential skills development, communications, all aspects of becoming a part of this new exciting world. And 2/3 of the time is focused on the technology. So it is getting a specialization in a particular area and building on your fundamentals there.
Okay, very interesting, because I don't know exactly what the statistics are, but it turns out that Pakistan has like abundant youth. Like there's more young people than there are older people, and which is a very good place to be, from what I understand, economically for a country. But these kids don't have the skill or understanding or knowledge to do anything which, you know, can benefit our economy and benefit themselves. So is it like initiatives like this which are needed to kind of nurture them?
Well, ironically, all this advancement in technology, what it tells you is how important the human mind is. And the young people is what the world wants. Most of the developed world, as you are well aware, is decreasing in size. And they need this young talent to grow. We in our country, we are one of the youngest countries of the world here. But just being young and just being a lot of you is not good enough. You have to be educated, and then you have to have the particular specialization that the world demands. We do have those also. We have got a lot of universities in Pakistan now. They're giving state-of-the-art education. Now this needs to have an economic impact, and that is where we come in.
So IT is ever evolving and changing, and what's relevant today might not be relevant tomorrow. So we have kids listening, we've got parents listening. So if we want to step into IT and we want to educate ourselves in that area, what direction should they be taking? What should they be looking at?
So if you look at your mobile phone, you are being constantly bombarded with, for example, opportunities to buy something. But that is the world of e-commerce. Behind that world, you need a front end. So you need to look at something. You need to look at the images that are displaying the goods that you want to buy. At the back end is all the processing taking place. All the, for example, e-commerce solution, banking solutions, getting and fetching the right kind of information. This front end and back end, this is what is the world of web development. And there is an endless requirement for that. Then you think about it, with all of this data out there and with you giving your credit card and numbers out there, but that makes it pretty vulnerable. And that's the domain of cybersecurity. People want that information. People with not good intentions. We have to protect that. That is the entire domain of a profession that is called cybersecurity. And just to give you an estimate, the world is estimating a shortage of 4 million cybersecurity specialists.
Wow.
Just think about it. 4 million.
Wow.
And of course, that requires specialized knowledge, logical thinking. Now, but that is not the exclusive domain of IT professionals. You can get all kinds of engineers to take the specialized courses, meet and exceed the standards that have been set, take the certification exams. We can help in preparing you to become a part of the cybersecurity world.
That's so interesting.
And then we come to this world of data.
Right.
Every time you are talking, touching the web, going to a particular site, being captured on camera, and all of it is data.
Right.
This data is useful to somebody if they could properly analyze that. You go into a pharmacy, you ask for a particular drug. Well, what did you ask for? How many people did ask for that particular thing? How old are they? What are they back? That data is to be analyzed. And that is the domain of the data scientists. And that means that all statisticians, economists, mathematicians, biostatisticians, bioinformatics, everything, all of them need it. And that's what makes that useful.
It's fascinating to hear, honestly, somebody like me, when I think about IT, I just don't think about all these different variations that you talked about, all the way from data scientists to people putting all these different things together. But my question now would be, are degrees that are done locally, are they good enough for people to get more skill and then find work in the international workforce?
Yes. And the reason I say that is that the curriculum that our universities are employing, it is pretty much a world standardized curriculum. As far as the subjects to be taught, the content of these courses, that's available.
Right.
That everybody can get access to that. We've got the trained manpower to teach these courses. So there is nothing as such wrong with the curriculum. Where the problem lies is that this world, as you said, is evolving very fast. There are specialized skills that are required. And then there is this, what you are calling soft skills.
Right.
By the time you open the door and walk in and sit down for an interview, there is a big part of a decision making that has been taking place over there. How you respond to an email, the time frame that you take for that, how you work in a group. What if there are females as a member of your group? And for the females, what if there are male members of the group? What if one of your group members is sitting in Bangalore? Right. And another one is, let's say, sitting in Israel. How are you going to handle all of these dynamics? How are you going to critique the code of your colleague from Zimbabwe who has put things up? All of these dynamics is what creates the interesting world of IT at this time.
Absolutely. And I really do believe that soft skills is something that we really need to work on as a nation. So tell us about your initiative and exactly when it's happening, how somebody can be a part of this, and what all they can expect from Knowledge Stream.
So it's happening next week.
Okay.
So if you are listening there, then look at knowledge.tech and you need to apply right now.
Okay.
And what it is a 12-week program. There are morning and afternoon sessions available, but it is going to be in person. This is one of the things that makes this program so different. You're working with industry professionals. 2/3 of the time is the technology part, but 1/3 is a structured program on the soft skill. We're not going to leave it to you just sit with each other or gupshup and all that kind of thing. No, it is going to be actual scenarios. It's going to be experiential. What happens if you have this kind of a situation, how you are going to react to it, how you're going to respond, and everybody sees you and works with you on that.
That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. So let's go over it again. The website is knowledge.tech and you can apply immediately because this is starting next week. What date did you say?
5th of June.
The
Monday.
5th of June is when it's starting. And what are the timings of this?
So there are 2 sessions. The first session goes from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock and the second session goes from 2:30 to 7:30.
All right. So if you're looking to improve your skill, you're looking to work internationally and just learn international standards, then this is what you need to look into. So tell me this, what do you think the government needs to do, or what do you think the best case scenario would be for our youth to be enabled to kind of, learn best practices, to kind of get ahead? What would you like to see happen?
What I'd like to see happen is a realization that the strength of Pakistan, the asset of Pakistan is its youth. The young people is what can power Pakistan through any type of crisis.
They can help us out of this hole that we're in.
There are 12 people companies that are worth multi-billion dollars. It is the human mind that is the most powerful. And IT is just one area.
Right.
You can go into the world of biotechnology, for example, and and endless possibilities. You can go into the world of agriculture. The thing is that IT really doesn't have a home. You can have IT in agriculture because everything that you're looking at, hearing, is IT because it is digitized and therefore it is information and therefore you can do something with it. So we are starting out with IT. The whole idea is how can all of these young people with the knowledge they have actually impact the economy, and how can these young people find a job that is productive, rewarding, where they have a growth trajectory.
Sir, we've talked about the training, the soft skills, the so much opportunity that's out there. There's so much potential that if we focus our youth in the right direction, great things can happen. After they're done with the training, will you be able to find them work? Will you tell them how to get work? How does that work? What's the next step after the course?
This is a skills-based program, and the entire focus is on jobs and work. And so not only afterwards, but even during that time, we are going to work on that. Because we are in a brave new world of work. It used to be that you packed your suitcase and you went for work. This is not the world here. The world of IT is where the work can come to you. It can come to you individually. It can come to you collectively, where groups are looking to be put together internationally. And it can mean that you can go to a third country and then serve a fourth country. So it has so many different combinations and permutations. That is what makes this exciting. Where you are is not important.
Exactly. That's just so cool, that idea. You could be in Timbuktu, but you could be working for like any company anywhere in the world.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's one of our graduates from the pilot batch. She is, here in the outskirts of Lahore, but works for an Australian company.
Fantastic.
And what we are doing to make this leap as easy as possible is we are signing up with the best companies as knowledge partners. And we are bringing their requirements into our curriculum also. So the project that these trainees are going to be working on are coming from industry. They are directly relevant. They're going to become a part of their portfolio, and they're going to be available for everybody to see.
Amazing.
So the whole point is, and as you have mentioned before, this is an international world, and what that means, and this is something that people have to understand, is that the standard is international.
Right.
So just because the work can be anywhere, it means that it has to be meeting the same quality that you would expect for work anywhere
else. Yeah, because I feel that that's where our kids lack. They have the ability, they have the knowledge, but they just don't know how, they don't have the soft skill to kind of like come across and like connect with people. And that's where वो मार खा जाते हैं, unfortunately.
ये package deal चाहिए.
Package deal चाहिए, exactly.
ये दोनों चीजें, इसलिए हमने कहा कि we will focus both on the soft and the hard skills. And we have a corporate training facility. Now that, it's a fancy word, but what that means is that when you walk in, you're not a student.
Right.
You are a corporate employee. You will be dealt with in that way. You have to do a job. और वो खत्म करना है. अच्छा, सिर्फ खत्म नहीं करना है. It has to meet all the standards. इसी तरह जैसे आप एक ऐप डाउनलोड करते हैं.
Right.
You don't expect the app to have any bugs in it. You expect it to work. You expect it to do exactly what it is built to do. And only then do you call it done.
Right.
So we don't have grades. We say you have to do the job. It has to be international standards. Your code has to be well written. It has to be having the right kind of comments. It has to work flawlessly. It has to have no security leak. It has to be a professional item.
Right.
And you have got to be able to produce that. That's what being in a corporate environment is going to be like.
All right, this is very interesting stuff. We're talking about Knowledge Stream. You can find more information about this by finding them online. It's knowledge.tech. Get all the information. They're starting a course on the 5th of June. I think now we need to get down to the more serious question. How much is this going to cost?
So it's going to cost you as little as 30,000.
Okay.
The program itself is 90,000. But we have a scheme for eligible participants. Jisme we will be giving a interest-free loan of 60,000.
Right.
And that would be payable after you get a job in 6 months. So it would be enough time for you to make the money. We are so confident that you will be doing that we are making this investment in you.
Amazing. Okay, that sounds really good. So you guys, this is such a great opportunity. As he said, 30,000 is what they want up front. The rest is a loan. And the fact that you are so confident that they will find work is so reassuring and kind of makes everyone feel, okay, and what if they don't find work?
That's just the way the luck of the draw over
or
here.
Or that won't happen.
Yeah. No, inshallah, that won't happen. I mean, I've spent my whole life with the young people of Pakistan. They can do absolute wonders.
All right,
I
fantastic.
have full confidence.
It's been an absolute pleasure, sir, to have you here, to speak with you. Knowledge Stream seems like exactly what Pakistan needs right now. And I hope this initiative churns out some brilliant minds who can go on to flourish and do amazing things. Is this going to be something that's going to be happening over and over? Is it going to be a one-time thing? How does this work?
So just one correction.
Okay.
The brilliant mind is already there.
It's okay, yes.
The purpose of this exercise is just to take the dust covers off.
Got it.
And to make available to the world to see what kind of beautiful talent does Pakistan have.
Okay.
To polish it, to support it, to give it that self-confidence. I mean, one of the things that we found was, for example, in women in tech, they had very low self-confidence coming in. And all that it was required was a supported environment and just letting them know, that they can do it. And just 3 months was enough that they are leading the pack at the end of it. So huge opportunities. This is going to be recurrent feature. Every 3 months, we are going to be starting programs, possibly even sooner in different technologies. Knowledge Streams is what the company name is, and knowledge.tech is where all the information will always be available.
So even if you miss this session, no problem. There are going to be more. So that's where you need to find them. Follow them on social media so you get those daily updates and you know what's happening. So again, thank you. It was an absolute honor speaking to you. And I'm very excited to hear more about your initiative in the coming year.
Thank you for this opportunity. Love talking to the crowd out there.
Absolutely.
Come on down.
All right. Thank you.